Hey, welcome to my channel. Today I want to give you some tips to lift your vibration on a daily basis. So to change your feeling state over time so that you feel differently about life, differently about manifesting, and you don't feel the need to put in hard work to manifest things because you're already in that state of bringing stuff into your life that you want. You're in that state because you've raised your vibration. You've raised your happy. I think that's the best way to describe it. Things that I do, things that I've learned over time, and what I do on a regular basis. So these are things that you do every single day. They don't build resistance. They're really, really simple. I'm going to first start with the three simplest ones. The one thing that I learned a year or so ago, and I heard somebody else say it and it really stuck with me, was not to say I have to go to work, I have to work out, I have to check my emails. You say I get to go to work because you're lucky, aren't you, to have a job? Or I get to work out because you're lucky, you're healthy and fit enough to be able to work out. Whatever it is that you do on a daily basis, instead of saying I have to do it, you say I get to do it. I am not kidding you. That simple swap of a word really changes the way you feel about absolutely everything. That's the first thing, and I always do that. And if I find myself thinking to myself I have to, I change it immediately for I get to, and I feel better immediately. So that's the first tip. The second tip is to affirm every single day. It's awesome that I can change my reality with the power of my mind. That is one of my favourite affirmations of all time. If you only said that one, you wouldn't need to say anything else, because that then knocks in everything else, doesn't it? Kicks in everything else, because yes, it's awesome. You can change your reality with the power of your mind. So then whatever else you want and you're wanting to manifest comes easier because you have given yourself that firm belief. And that's what I've done over time with that affirmation, is given myself this pure belief in, I don't know what I believe in, but I believe that I can do that. So it makes everything else just happen easier without me trying. I really don't ever try to manifest anything, like I said before, because trying and manifesting, it just doesn't go together. It's not a phrase. I know I pretty much say that every single video now, but it's so true. So that is the second and probably one of the most important tips for being able to create what you want. The third tip, and this one is a little bit difficult to get your head around, but it's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it for two reasons. So, this happened to me when somebody cut me up a little while ago, quite a long time ago, really ridiculously cut me up in the car. I was going the speed limit. He then overtook me at a ridiculous pace and then had to whip him really quick in front of me because he nearly smashed into the car that was driving the other way. And I was furious. One, because he'd nearly caused an accident, two, because it was ridiculous. I was going the speed limit and I went on that like you do, and for about 5 minutes I was on this road of like, really felt really, really cross. And then I thought, what am I doing? I felt really horrible then, really horrible, because I felt that momentum of all that crappy stuff. And I thought, oh, my day's just going to get worse if I carry on like this. So I just thought to myself, I send him love. And I thought, what am I doing? But I did. And I felt immediately better. So for two reasons. One, you feel a bit like you're better than that, you're a little bit, it makes you feel a bit superior, I suppose, but that's fine. That's okay. We can go with that. And also, it just changes your mood immediately because you go from that real fractious, annoyed, irritated, it takes it away. One thing you are still going to do is react. Every time something like that happens, you will react. Of course, you will have a reactive feeling, but you jump in there and you sort of knock that feeling on the head by doing this. You're still going to have a reaction. It's natural, of course we do, but you just deal with it in that way. That changes how you start responding to things. So over time, you actually don't really feel so annoyed with these things. You just go, idiot, and just don't think anything else about it. Really, was a real life changer for me, and it's just something that popped into my head and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. So that is a great tip. I think it will make you feel better as soon as you do it, because like I said, even if you just feel superior by doing it, it doesn't matter. If it gives you a good feeling, then why not? And there's nothing wrong with feeling superior, is there? So you do that. So that's the three basic daily tips that I suggest that you do every single day, and then you will start feeling better. Your feeling state will be better. You will not try so hard to bring things into your life because you'll feel better anyway. You'll feel pretty good anyway, and then you won't have to do so much in order for things to happen. With that affirmation, you will find that things happen much easier anyway. If you just stick with that, there's no resistance with that, is there? You can just say it on and off throughout the day. Or, you know, when I first started doing it, I was doing it every day, but even now I still say it every now and again when I feel like it. It's a really great affirmation for boosting your manifesting power. Right, the next thing is a mindfulness exercise. I'm not great with meditation. I mean, I could manifest that I'm better at meditation, but I can't be bothered. I'm quite happy not meditating, so I don't. But this is bringing you back to the moment. So if you are feeling a bit anxious over whatever it is that you're trying to bring into your life, or just in general, if you've woken up and you feel a bit anxious, or you're sat there watching the TV and you suddenly feel anxious, find something to focus on. Just pick one thing in the room. It can be anything. It could be a lampshade, it could be a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a picture frame, a chair. Just find one thing and focus on it and look at every single aspect of it. Look at the curves of it, look at the pattern, if it has a pattern on it. Just study every single aspect of that thing. Just take you a few minutes and it brings you back. It centers you, it brings you back to the moment, and really is great for any form of anxiety. If it's around, if you're obsessing, let's say you're sat there obsessing about your specific person, for example, and you're just thinking, oh, they're not here, and you're thinking all of those thoughts that you don't want to have, just do that. Centers you. It's a really great thing. It doesn't take too long. It takes a bit longer than the other stuff, obviously, so it's a bit more of a thing, but it is a great exercise to do anyway on a daily basis, just to bring yourself into the moment. Even if you're not feeling anxious at that time, you might just do this once or twice a day as an exercise if you have time. The other stuff, do every single day, but this you know, you might not have time for this, but it's a brilliant exercise. Anything that centers us and brings us back to the moment is brilliant, and it's a bit of a practice like everything else, but you will find you will actually get immediate relief from this when you do this. And if you do, then it pushes you, doesn't it, to then do it again and again and again. Anything that brings us back to the moment is fantastic. So all of those tips, this was a very short video, will help you raise your vibration on a you know, your vibration will be overall raised, if you know what I mean. I'm not wording this very well, but over time, when you do this, like after a few weeks, you will notice a difference in your overall being, but you have to be consistent with it. It's not something you just do one day and then maybe you might do it a few days later. You need to do it every single day and make it part of your daily routine, because when we focus on that, just that one thing that we want, that one particular thing, we lose sight of everything else. We don't raise our vibration because we might get a bit of partial manifestation, and then we cling on to that, and then that goes, and then we find ourselves in that cycle where we do it all over again, and that is anxiety building. That is not healthy for us. So what we want to do is feel better all round, and these exercises definitely help you do that, get you into a better state where you aren't just purely focused on that one thing, because you're feeling different, you're feeling better, your reactions are different. With the sending love, that's brilliant. Even if somebody, you know, that you're trying to manifest into your life says something that you don't like or whatever, it stops you from obsessing about that and overthinking it. You just send them love. Honestly, I know it sounds a little bit sappy, doesn't it? But really, it works. It does. It just changes the way that you feel. It changes your perspective on it anyway. Whatever might have been said, it changes your perspective. Like when somebody cuts me up still and I do that, I then manage to think to myself, they might be in a huge hurry to get someone. They might be rushing to the hospital. They might have just had some really horrible news or whatever. It allows you to have a perspective on somebody's behaviour, a different perspective, a better perspective, in order to change your mood. So I hope this video is useful. You know, it's stuff that you can take forward with you, stuff that I do every single day in order to keep myself in this new state. I'm definitely a different person than I was a few years ago. Not in my personality in the way that I am, that's exactly the same, but my reactive nature has gone. I'm still impulsive, but I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being impulsive, by the way. And but my overall feeling state has changed. I do not try too hard for anything, because I know that trying hard will make me feel bad, so I don't do it. And I know that I don't need to, because that one affirmation telling you that you have the power to change reality with your mind, that's all you need, isn't it? That affirmation covers everything. So by keeping that one affirmation really on point like that, and just using that one that will change your life, it really is a life changer, I think, a game changer, using that affirmation above anything else. You know, when you direct an affirmation at a person or a job or something that you want, you do have that little bit of resistance with it. You probably, you know, I'm not saying you definitely do, but you do. I think you often get the feeling of, but I don't have it, even if it's very, very subtle, but you don't with that, because you don't. We know we have that power. We're just reaffirming that. We're just backing that up with a phrase, with a vibration. Then when you say something like that, it has a pure vibration, and that vibration goes into your subconscious. What goes out there, you know, embeds itself into your subconscious until you believe that above all else. I do. I totally believe that. I absolutely believe that, and I really find that things happen much, much quicker for me now. Even the little things, I can be having a discussion with somebody about somebody else and I can see that person the next day. Bang, bang, bang. It happens like that. It's really sort of scary in a way how quick that happens now, but it's because I have that belief embedded into my subconscious. Anyway, that's it. I'm an author. If you've not been here before, I'm a writer. I've got 4 books out there at the moment. They're all listed below. I have a members area on my website where you get some one-to-one email coaching with me. It's £5 a month. I also do Zoom coaching. I like to base that around you feeling better, you getting into an amazing feeling state where you can manifest whatever you want. You can, you understand that it's all about your feelings, and you get to grips with that, and we go through different techniques and different ways of getting you into that state. And if it's a specific person that you want, then that comes with learning all of this. So the session that we do is not completely aimed at specific person manifestation, mainly because I just don't want anyone to be hung up on that one thing in life, just another person, because there's more to life than that. So yes, I can help you with that, but if you are in a bad way at the moment over a person, and that's all you're thinking about and all you're focused on and all that you want, then I am not the best person for you. Yes, I've written a book on the subject, but that's all about getting you into a good feeling state and then getting that person back in your life more naturally, with not just focusing on that. And so that's not only because I know what it's like, and I know that it can be really anxiety forming, and I don't want to make people feel worse. I want to make people feel better. And if you get better at this as a whole and learn different techniques in order to make this whole thing work for you, then that comes with it. That's what it's all about anyway. So my son has a Law of Attraction channel. He does some coaching too. He is actually at some point going to be on my website, so you'll be able to book a session with him as well. But he has a Patreon account, so you get some email coaching with him, and also he does separate videos and that kind of thing through Patreon. Anyway, his link is down below, and I think that's it. If you haven't subscribed, then I would love you to do that.